Baby. Hello and welcome to the Maverick Madness Wrap-Up Show. That's right, it is your boy the D-Train. And Madness just ended, which means it's time to do the wrap-up. Wanted to make sure I could hear it, and it was going well. All right. Now I'm getting private messages again. Nope, that's all good. That's all good. All right. So, God dang it, where is the stream now? There we go. All right, let's go over the card real quick. Obviously, if you want to call in and chat, you are more than welcome. If you don't have the link in the Skype chat and you need me to send it another way, I can do that. Otherwise, sit back, listen. We're going to talk to some characters of the Maverick about what's going on and what's falling out and what's happening. So, today's show started off with a little one-on-one contest between the Air Rhino, Jordan Brisson, and the Bastage. Bastage made quick work of the newcomer, letting him know he's got a lot to learn to prove himself here in the Maverick. We went on to a 10 Lady of the Maverick Rumble match where newcomer Maya Muertes was still very impressive now in her second match. She was number one, though, didn't make it all the way to the end, and actually the winner was the lady she lost to on Monday night. My baby girl, Tiona, picks up the victory in that Rumble contest. Next out, we had a first-round Universal title tournament match where James Harris took on Paul Utaker. All sorts of shenanigans at ringside with Mordrin, Mr. and Mrs. Utaker, and then Victor Harris as well. Mordrin interfering several times, not so much hands-on, but distracting the referee, getting Paul Utaker distracted, stuff like that. He helped James Harris pick up the victory there. James moves on in the tournament. He will face Aiden Nightwalker in round 2. Then a tag team contest. Victor Harris needed a partner because of James being in that match right beforehand. Crimson Ninja called out Mordrin Nightwalker to be his tag partner earlier in the week. Mordrin reached back and said, "Hey, I need a tag partner for my son here. Why don't you take it in?" Crimson did, teamed up with Victor Harris, and they picked up the victory over the Wild Boys. Next, Crushing Kelly made her Maverick debut one-on-one against Poise and Ivy Pine. Great match between these two ladies, but in the end, Ivy Pine picking up the victory, spoiling KK's debut. Then, the main event, a 4-way 30-minute showdown match again, as Max Blaylock, Ripper Springhill, Ghazi, and Ivan Calloway locked up. All 4 men a bloody mess, and in the end, it's a draw as Ghazi and Ivan Calloway get 3 falls apiece, and nobody secured the victory. Announced then that Ghazi and Ivan Calloway will face each other next week, the winner getting that number 1 contender spot, while the 2 losers out of that match are the 2, not losers, but 2 guys that had less falls. They're going to face off again sometime next week as well. So, there's this. Yeah, I'll share that out. Thank you, Susie. That shows you where we're at. Obviously, the winner now of that Calloway-Ghazi match, they're going to wait for this man to decide what show he's going to, so they will know what show they're going to be the number 1 contender on. Last week, this man right here, Brandon Ace, was able to pick up the victory in the same type of match, that 30-minute showdown, and he will get to pick his show that he'll be number 1 contender on. Brandon, welcome to the wrap-up show. How are you doing this week?
Oh, I'm doing very fine. But you should be thanking me because having me on this show makes it a lot more better.
All right, increase the ratings, do you? Do you move the needle a little bit?
Yes, of course.
All right, well, Brandon, obviously we're waiting for you to make that decision. It's for you to know and us to find out. I get that. and there is no rush on it. At this point, it'll probably be a few weeks before we have any of the title matches ready to go. Um, but Ivan Calloway, Ghazi, what you saw today from those two, and the fact they did end up tied. What's your advice for the two of them moving forward?
Well, first of all, I looked at that match. I couldn't help but laugh my ass off because let's like Ghazi had the league, and then he pretty much let Ivan Calloway get the pin, blowing his chances of going against me. It kind of shows you the difference between me and those other two. Because when I was in that match, I was able to get 4 victories because because well, I have an arsenal of moves. I don't rely on one finisher. I have a boatload of moves. I can tap you out or knock you out.
Well, I'll give you credit there. It seemed like the tap outs are what got you to that victory last week. Today, it looked like Calloway was Space Needle spiking everybody in sight, but it did only get him 3 falls. Meanwhile, Ghazi was a little bit more diverse. I think he got 1 tap out and 2 pinfalls. Um, just not able to pick up more. I think because these 4 guys seem to stay with each other everywhere. Last week, we saw more separation where you were able to isolate one-on-one with somebody. This week,
And
it
that
seemed like where one guy
and
went, all 4 went.
and that's the problem. When I was like I said, you need to divide and conquer. Those idiots chose to fight together like get close, not smart.
Well, I got to admit, what you did worked, what they did didn't. So maybe you've got something there. So are we any closer to finding out your choice on shows?
Well, it's getting closer, but like I said before, that's for me to know and for you guys to find out. I just need to watch next week's show to see who am I going to be facing. Either it's going to be Callaway or Ghazi. But to tell you the truth, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, one of them is going to end up losing to me, and I will be your new show, well, pretty much the show champion. And when I have it, it's going to be the most important title on any Maverick show.
All right. Well, big words there. I'm going to roll you back to the green room. Hang out if you can. Maybe we'll bring you back in later if something comes up that I need you to address. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. There you have it. He is ready to go. He wants to hold his decision close to the vest and keep the rest of us wondering. So let's see. Out there in the chat, we got Minerva. We got Bill Haight. I saw Blaze McCoy. I think I saw Crushing Kelly roll in. Welcome to the wrap-up show. Hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you're all having a good time. The other person we see out there, very prominent, is, of course, my sister. And I'm going to bring her in now. She's waiting in the green room. Susie the Elf, welcome to the show.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I was about to take a nap if he'd stayed on any longer.
Oh, my goodness. Giving Brandon a hard time once again, just like she did last week. Well, let's not talk about that. Let's move towards the ladies' division.
Hold on. I got one thing to do first.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear brother. Happy birthday to you and many more.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
Happy birthday, little brother.
It's been a good birthday so far. I got to admit. Looking forward. I'm taking the twins bowling after this, as some of you saw during the show with one of their friends out there wanting to go as well. So I'm excited to do that. I love doing things and spending time with them all the time.
Oh, of course you love spending time with those girls. They're precious.
Yeah. Natasha Raven, welcome to the show as well. So let's talk about the women's division. We had a 10-woman rumble tonight. We had a one-on-one contest with debuting Crushing Kelly, and I have to say,
I want to talk about Kelly's match. I know she didn't win, but let me tell you, she put on one hell of a fight.
She did, and that's what I was going to start with. I know you and Raven last week on this show really kind of talked Kelly into it, almost bullied, peer pressure, whatever you want to call it, crushing
Well,
Kelly to join the Maverick roster, and she
well,
got in there.
I hope she's not disappointed, but I'm not disappointed in her performance today because let me tell you, Ivy is no contender to laugh at. She is very tough, and Kelly held herself very well against Ivy.
Yeah, I would say the exact same thing, and I think that was it. Ivy knows the Maverick well. She's definitely a great representative of Maverick wrestling, and I think Kelly now knows what she's got to do, and she will make the adjustments. She'll turn it up, and I think she'll do just fine.
She'll turn it up, turn it on, and make us step up to her.
That's it. And speaking of that, both you and Raven were trying to get her to tag up. It seemed like last week.
Hey,
Obviously, Kelly didn't say anything. What's going on there? Have y'all had any more talks?
no, I've let Kelly stew on it. I'm not going to pressure her any more than what I have. I will say I have pressured her. Kelly and I tag up in LTD, and I love tagging with her, and it would be an honor if she tagged with me here too. But if she chooses Raven, that's fine as well. I'll just keep going on in the singles, But it would be nice to have her tag with me here. She and I make a good team.
All right. Well, there you go. Kelly is not waiting in the green room, so I'm not going to ambush her or anything like that. Raven's not either. Looks like Raven's working on dinner.
She said, Raven just said, I've not said a word to her. So it looks like Raven's just letting her stew on it as well and letting her make her own decision. And I respect that from Raven. And I have a lot of respect for Raven. I mean, she and I may not get along. I don't like Raven. Hey, but that's my personal issue. We may not get along, but I do respect her as a wrestler. She is a formidable opponent.
Right. Well, Kelly said something last week about maybe you two having a match against each other, and I got to say the booking committee liked the sound of that. And both of you, Raven versus Susie the Elf, is booked for Monday night.
Hey, bring it on. Raves and I'll tear it up. We're no strangers to having it out with each other, and we'll put on a hell of a match for you as well.
All right. Well, there you go, everybody. One more thing to look forward to on Monday Night Shootout. You'll have Susie the Elf versus Raven coming at you live.
Is it a Kelly on the pole? A Kelly on a pole match?
I don't think it's going to be a Kelly on the pole match, but I don't know if Kelly's services are going to be on the line at all. Actually, the other thing that happened last week, kind of after the show, when I reached out to Kelly, she came back to me. She signed her Maverick contract. She also brought in this other new girl, Maya Muertes.
Yeah,
Maya was on
she was pretty formidable today.
Yeah, both shows this week. First week, it was one-on-one against Tiona, and then today she was in the Battle Royal. But
didn't I throw her out of the ring?
I do believe you eliminated her. I don't have.
Yeah, I thought I did. Swiss cheese memory and all.
Right, but yeah, she's been impressive as well. So maybe Kelly wants to team with her as well. I don't know. So maybe
I can respect that as well. And then maybe Raven and I can team together. I mean, we can put our differences aside long enough to, fight it out in a match against Kelly and Morta.
There you go. All right. Well, that is all I got for you at the moment. Okay, if I slide you back to the green room?
Well, I was going to say that the Battle Royal, I actually wasn't one of the first ones eliminated, even though I came in fourth. But I will say, Tiona better watch your back. I'm coming for you, girlie. You threw me out of the ring, but who better to eliminate me as to win the match than my niece?
Well,
I'll give it to her.
She has definitely had a good week.
She has had a good week, and I tell you, those girls have learned so much, and I'm so proud of where they have come in the last few years, from starting out in EXW and where they've gone all over the DWS, and where they've made their presence known, and how much they've learned, and and I just couldn't be prouder of my two nieces. And having her be the one to eliminate me, I'm a proud aunt, let me tell you that much. And I'm glad it was Tiona that eliminated me to win the Rumble. She earned that. I made her earn it. It was not an easy win for her, and I'm glad it was her that eliminated me. Good going, baby girl.
All right, I'm gonna slide you back to the green room for just a second.
No problem.
I have a knock at the door. Come in. Hello? Never mind. She wasn't trying to get on the air. I thought she wanted to be heard. It was actually Tiona peeking her head in the in the broadcast room here. All right. Yeah, I'm going to point out it's been a good week for Ruthless. 5 wins this week in only 5 attempts. Ruthless is doing some impressive things in the Maverick right now. And we talked a lot about that on Monday, so I'm not going to go back down that road. Here we go. What is Kelly saying? Winner becomes her tag team partner. So sounds like Kelly's putting it on the line. Raven versus Susie. Winner becomes my tag team partner. Well, they booked the match. They weren't going to put that stipulation. The powers that be said it was your call. But if I'm reading that message right, Kelly, you are saying whoever does win that match will get your services as a tag team partner. If I'm wrong there, please correct me. But otherwise, there you go. You heard it here first on the wrap-up show. I love the wrap-up show for stuff like this. The other thing I wanted to do right quick, if I can figure out how to do it again, is share out there the tournament. Bring it up and let you see what's going on right there. Get that dumb ad out of the way. There we go. So far, we've had 3 of the first round matches. Today, you saw James Harris advance after beating Paul Uticker. Last week on this show, you had Andy Price defeat Blaze McCoy to move on to the second round. And on Monday's show, we saw War beat Sapita Tiki. On this coming Monday show, it will be the last of the first round matches, as the modern day Warrior Ethan Moore will take on the moron of mediocrity, Super Nacho, in their contest to see who's the last one to advance to the second round. So, good stuff there. Hope you're ready for it. Stop screen share. There we go. I'm back. Yay, I figured it out. Woohoo! All right, I've had another person join the green room. I guess she's got something to say. She heard she was booked and came rushing in, it seems. So I'll bring you on in. I think we're going to talk about more of the same. Raven, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. I just put my dinner on hold for this one.
Uh-oh. Heard you were booked on Monday night, and Kelly, I guess, climbed up on the pole, and that was something you wanted to talk about, huh?
Well, you know, it's always good to put Kelly on a pole, so, you know, why not? She looks good on it.
There you go.
But as for Susie, I mean, we've had so many bloody battles, it's ridiculous now, so, yeah, it should be fun.
Oh, okay. She said she's not going to dangle from the ring on the pole, but she is going to team up with whoever wins the match. So there you go. So we'll put her on a forklift or in a shark cage or some way have her dangling.
Yeah, but you've got right? the pedestal thing, right? You know what? Yeah, you've got one of them in that arena. Sure, you have. You can put her on that.
We'll figure out something. All right.
Susie wants to come back on, by the way.
Oh boy, Susie wants back on.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got? Elf, you're back in.
Well, I'm just going to say to Raven, Raven, we've had many hellacious battles over the years.
That we have.
And, yeah, I mean, we've had some humdingers. And I look forward to bringing on another one hell of a match for the fans. And what better of a prize than Kelly.
Well, yeah, it should be fun. That's for sure. I mean, our battles were always epic and hard hitting. So, God help us. One of us gets Kelly,
I
or
got
the
to stop
ref.
you right there. I got to stop you right there because, I let a lot of things go on in Maverick, sis, but I'm not going to let you hum on dingers on live television. It's just not going to happen.
Well, where's your little dinglings? I'll hum on
No.
dinger on one of your dinglings.
Ay, ay, ay.
We are not going to televise humming dingers on the show.
I can't. I don't believe that
I don't
Susie
mind being
literally
R-rated.
just
We're
made
not going
Raven
full
blush.
X. Oh my
Good God.
goodness. Debauchery has ensued here. Humming
Oh,
dingers.
what would you expect on your birthday?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe a Hummer or two, but not from y'all.
Oh, no, not for me. No.
And I'm not broadcasting it, so
Oh, good
all right.
Oh, by the
Anyway,
way,
let's
your
get
birthday
into it.
present will be over in a little bit. Be nice to her.
Okay. Let's reel it back in here.
Yeah, good job.
Anyway,
So Kelly's on a poll and the chat's just gone downhill. So, yep, we're good.
I can't even see the comments in the chat. For some reason, the chat is not moving.
Oh, it is
it
for us. Well, it is for me.
It is. No, it's moving.
Yeah, it tells me there's more messages, but
Birthday
I
like
can't
Marilyn
see them.
Monroe. Oh, good God. You come and do it, Blaze.
Blaze.
Are you reading your comments through StreamYard?
Yeah.
It's moving for me on StreamYard.
Yeah, mine's not. It just says new comments at the bottom. When I click it, it doesn't go. So I can't see anything. The last thing I heard was hell no from Kelly. And I know that was a while ago. And I imagine with what we're talking about, there are people talking.
There is.
Oh, there's a lot of talking. Now I went to the actual YouTube show. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm not going to try to catch up with that. So anyway, yeah. Raven versus Susie the Elf on Monday. And the winner gets to team with Crushing Kelly. So that'll be exciting. I look forward to that. I don't have the card right in front of me because it's not finished
You're
yet.
going to have to stay awake.
But I'm going to fade YouTube back out real quick. And kind of wrap things up here a little bit because at the moment it seems like the stream is really screwing up on me. Yeah. All right. Anyway, anybody else want to jump in real quick? I got a little bit more time. Otherwise, I'm probably going to end it here shortly. It says new comments, but will not show me the comments. What if I post a comment? Nothing. So, anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us here today for both Maverick Madness and the Maverick Madness wrap-up show. Monday's shootout will be our next show. Like I said, we've got the Raven versus Elf match. We've got the last of the first round matches in the Universal title tournament. We also have news of the tag team title tournament. The Deuces Wild tag team titles starting to come together. I've got a couple new teams looking to get into the show that have formed somewhat backstage, somewhat on stage, but we'll get them highlighted on Monday as we get closer to launching that tournament. For the show titles, obviously we'll have a number one contender in Brandon Ace for one show. The other number one contender will be either Callaway or Ghazi on the other show. But they've got to have somebody to contend against because nobody's the champion yet. So we're going to talk about how that's going to come about on the wrap-up show Monday. So you will definitely want to tune in for that. I don't see anything else in my notes. And I did have somebody else just pop into the green room. And we still got a couple minutes left, so I'm going to bring him on in. Yo, you all know your boy Blaze McCoy. Welcome to the show.
Yo, D-Train, what's happening? I had to come in and at least have one little chime in here at the end of this. It was another great wrap-up. But I'm really disappointed in Susie and Raven.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's go back to Susie's little encounter with Brandon a couple weeks ago in the first wrap-up, right?
Right?
He couldn't drop a promo, and he dropped the ball. Definitely did. But that show, the next show, and this one, he's really made some big strides, and he's talking the talk finally. He's getting there. I mean, I wouldn't put him above Scott Steiner just yet, but he's working on it. The dude is a powerhouse. Plus, now he's backing it up. And now Susie has her opportunity with her opponent, Raven, fighting over Kelly. And that's the best they do for Trash Talk. I'd like to say next wrap up, or as soon as possible, those two need to rehash that out. What do you think, D?
Sounds like a good plan to me. I definitely don't want to get back into the humdinger conversation. I think that derailed the conversation right there. But
Blaze just had to bust some balls before the end of the show, and there was a great opportunity right there. Opened the door for me with the birdie and the elf there, not really going at it. But I know they're going to fight, and I know they will in the ring. I'm not second guessing that. And I'm going to get shit from both of them for bringing it up, I know, but that's what I do. Now, hey, are you in the private chat, not the comment chat? Is that why you're not seeing any comments?
No, I've switched back and forth.
Okay. I was just double checking.
Chat is not moving either. So if they're talking there, I'm not seeing that either. But the main chat just says new comments at the bottom. And when I click it, it doesn't go to the new comments.
Okay. I was just trying to rule out what it could be.
But I see the chat.
It's probably on your end. Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled up the YouTube channel. I can see the rest.
That's what I said. You beat me to it in the chat.
I'm gonna back up a little bit here, and you say what you did about Brandon Ace. I want to say I think Brandon Ace has embraced what the wrap-up show is about. It is a chance to further your character. That first one, he didn't realize what he was doing. None of us did. It was all new. Now that he's embraced it and we're moving forward with it, he's using the opportunity to develop his character more in Maverick. And I think it's going somewhere. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, kudos to the kid. I mean, he's always backed it up in the ring for the longest time. We've been giving him shit for years now, and the dude's taken a lot of abuse here verbally on what he can and can't do and how he handles situations. But the kid reached out for help. He's trained. He's got bigger. He's got stronger. And hey, he's talking the talk now, my friend. I'm just excited to see what's next, what that stirs up. And thanks for bringing up my loss last week. I'm glad you decided to bring up my loss again. Thank you.
Well,
let's talk about the same shit again.
I didn't have a loss this week from you to talk about, so I had to bring up the last one.
Well, if you'd have booked me, I'd have given you one. So how you like that, man?
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit because we didn't talk about this before. I got an interesting application come across my desk this week.
Yeah, I did get word about that. A youngster that I know quite well.
A certain offspring.
Well, I have two that fight. It could be either one. Let's let the anticipation decide. Everyone knows my son Junior and my daughter Sunshine both fight out there, and not saying they're either have signed or been around or that's even one of them. Let's keep them guessing. We'll see.
All right. Well,
I got much more up my sleeves there, D-Train. I told you I see what's going on around here, and I'm going to make some moves here very soon. So just stay tuned. It'll be worth the wait.
I cannot wait to see what comes next from Blaze McCoy. Always fun. Well, dude, I'm going to wrap up this show and close it out here. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you all for joining us. It was a good wrap-up show again. We'll do it again Monday night after Shootout. I'll see you all then. Later.